Tip 1, concentrate on what you can manage. Ask yourself these 3 questions. What's causing me to stress out? What factors are under my control? What matters most to me, and what can I do concerning it? When you do this, you will give yourself time to plan ahead. Furthermore, ruminating excessively regarding factors beyond your control will trigger stress and anxiety, which can damage your health and well-being. Tip 2, take time to breathe. If you really feel distressed and unhappy with an individual, before jumping in and getting into an argument you may regret later on, take a moment to draw a deep breath and count slowly to 10. The thinking behind this idea is by the time you get to 10, you will have identified an approach for dealing with the situation to ensure that you can de-escalate as opposed to escalate the issue. If you're still stressed after counting to 10, take a longer time out. Leave the room and reassess the situation after you've had a chance to settle down. Tip 3, reassess a situation from different viewpoints. You may be in a situation where you're unhappy with someone's behavior towards you. It can really help to view the issue from a number of different angles prior to reacting. As an example, you might be concerned that your good friend hasn't called you, and you might leap to the conclusion they no longer like you. Try to think of this from their perspective. They could be dealing with their very own tough situations. Their lack of contact could have nothing to do with you. Try thinking of a statement starting with the phrase, "It mustn't be very easy." For example, my being partner is distant. It mustn't be very easy to deal with that job and also their money concerns. My boss is very demanding. It mustn't be easy to have such high performance targets put upon them by the board. To be clear though, abusive behavior is never right and cannot be excused with empathetic statements. The point is to remind yourself that individuals have their own internal battles. If you're being a kind and considerate person, negative interactions from someone else can often be an indicator the problem is with them and not with you. Tip 4, deflect pressure from other individuals. When an individual is putting pressure on you to make a decision quickly, use the simple phrase, "I'll have a think about it." The phrase can relieve some of this pressure, and it can give you a chance to assess the situation so you are always under control. It could be a colleague requesting a favor, a love interest wanting a date, or a pressuring sales individual. Take some time to review the advantages and disadvantages of the scenario. This will help you decide if you are going to accept or reject the request. Tip 5, listen to your body. If you feel emotional or anxious, take some time to splash some cold water on your face. This triggers an automatic response in your body that can help reduce the heart rate between 10 and 25%. It's also handy to get some fresh air from outdoors. Take a minute to take some deep, slow breaths from your diaphragm. By taking deep breaths, your body receives signals from the brain to relax and settle down. These messages then get sent to the rest of your body, lowering your stress levels. Tip 6, watch your caffeine intake. When you're really feeling under stress and anxiety, take a moment to make yourself a caffeine-free cup of green tea. Research has revealed that this super healthy tea contains naturally occurring theanine. This has been shown to help in reducing tension. Holding the cozy teacup in your hand can also help warm you up, as well as improve your state of mind. It's best to stay clear of caffeinated drinks during difficult circumstances, as high levels of caffeine can be a potential root cause of stress and anxiety if you consume too much. Tip 7, get some exercise. If you feel worried with stress and anxiety, try to take some regular exercise. If you are often sedentary, it can have a substantial effect on not just your physical body, but also on how you feel. Exercise can lower your adrenaline and cortisol, the body's stress and anxiety hormones. Exercise can also boost the production of endorphins, serotonin, and dopamine. These happy hormones are the body's all-natural pain relievers and mood boosters. Tip 8, try to distract yourself. If you find yourself obsessing over something in a way you know is bad for you, whether it's negative thoughts, a stressful situation, or anxiety, try to distract yourself from the situation with a constructive task. This, for instance, could be doing some reading or reorganizing your closet. It's also worth sharing these issues with a person you trust who can help you get some peace of mind. As the old saying goes, a problem shared is a problem halved. Tip 9, get into nature. If you really feel overloaded, uninspired, or confused, it can really help to go on a hike and get out into the beautiful countryside. This will give you time to seek a fresh perspective or find brand new inspiration. According to the Cambridge Health and Wellness Alliance, it's believed that the sights and sounds of nature can help lower your blood pressure. It can also lower the levels of the stress and anxiety hormonal agent cortisol, which is known to control the body's fight or flight reaction. Tip 10, learn from your mistakes. When you make a mistake or have a failure in life, ask yourself, is there a lesson here? How can I learn from the situation? What is important to you currently? And if it happens again, what could be a better approach to take in the future? If you really think deeply regarding the scenario and think of some quality answers, it can actually help you handle similar problems in the future. The higher the quality of questions you ask, the better the quality of responses you'll get. Bear in mind to keep the questions constructive, and also don't consider things that are out of your control. If we can learn from our mistakes, we can potentially avoid repeating them in the future. Tip 11, take notice of your behavior. Take note of your reactive behavior when it takes place. Start with the little things in life, not a major life event like a death in the family. Simply a daily circumstance. For instance, at the office, in your interactions with your colleagues, or even your family. Try to notice your reactive behavior when it takes place in the moment. Likewise, know when others display the exact same behavior. By observing it, you can learn from it. Keep in mind not to judge. Just be aware of it. Tip 12, be mindful of your language. Language can be an important factor in revealing if we are a reactive or proactive person. Reactive individuals have a tendency to utilize expressions like, if only I could, I can't, or I have to. These expressions are about moving the blame to external factors, attempting to deflect responsibility. Try to change these to much more proactive, positive phrases, I will do, I can do, I want to. A small change in language can make a huge difference to your life. Tip 13, think and edit before you speak. By thinking and editing what you are going to say prior to you saying it, you can reduce your reactive responses. You have to ask yourself the question, is what I say going to advance the conversation forward for you, for me, or our relationship? If the response is no to any of these questions, it's better to take a deep breath and take some time to come back with a better response. Tip 14, create some objectives. If you set goals and objectives and make an active attempt to work towards them, you will help yourself gain control over your life. Begin with some small objectives and work up to bigger life targets. It helps if you have targets to work towards in life. It keeps you motivated and gives you a chance to turn your visualization of your future into your reality. Goal setting enables you to be proactive regarding what you want to achieve. The results can empower you as well as offer you extra confidence with every new objective you achieve. Tip 15, write out your responses. If you have the time to put pen to paper, write down your initial feelings, reactions, and emotions. These first thoughts are your instinctive response to whatever the situation is. This can often be an emotional reaction rather than rational thought. By jotting down your first reaction, you can buy yourself some time and space to reflect and reevaluate all sides of the situation before you actually say anything. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos of how to be more proactive and much more. Check out this playlist of our top 10 videos of psychology tips, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.